What's up, y'all? Welcome back to On Point, the mindset podcast for dancers, artists, athletes, and creatives. I'm your host, Latte, aka Lottie Dottie. I hope you are having an awesome week. I had such a great experience last weekend. I spent all Saturday and Sunday with Miss Haley Messick, so talented. She had a 2-day technique intensive, and bitch, we was working like you guys know I love to work on technique. We spent maybe like a good 2 to 2.5 hours doing like a full stretch across the floors in our heels. Like I'm talking like the leg was on the wall, like doing a fucking tilt, like holding that shit. Abs were on fire, like the whole nine. I was obsessed. But it felt really good to just work on technique the full time and not like worry about filming. But of course, day 2 came and we got to film some choreography, and it was just like overall a really cool experience. Like the energy in the room was super positive. Like soon as I walked in, I'm like saying hi to people. We're introducing ourselves. Like she is just like such a sweetie pie and like creates that space where we all felt super open. And it was really cool because she had us bring or she gave us journals to journal in the whole time. And we had to write down some goals for that weekend. And some of my goals were to trust my body and to keep a strong core. And bitch, I can fully say that I achieved that goal. We did like a little tricky trick. We did like a kip up, and I haven't done that in months because I'm like, I don't know how my back is feeling. And I did it like so many times. But here's the thing. Okay. Day 2. So Saturday night, I had my work party for my office, and we had just a few too many shots of Casamigos. And I was like, this is going to be a mistake, but we're going to just power through. I took like charcoal pills and like try to like drink as much coconut water and water as possible. But Sunday I was hungover. And I'm proud of myself because I was pushing through it. And I was able to land like all my tricks and just like dance from the heart. So it felt really good. I had a really great time. All right, so let's get into this week's episode. I wanted to keep the Christmas spirit going. We are making a part 2 for this episode. So today is part 1, and next week will be part 2. And this is all the ways that you will land yourself on the naughty list. Like, I mean, some of y'all are naughty, so y'all like to be on that list. But let me tell you something. You don't want to be on this list. This is nothing kinky about this list, bitch, okay? So we want to avoid these actions at all costs. But don't worry, next week I've got you covered. There will be a nice list that we can stay on. So listen up, because I don't want you getting cold this year, bestie. Let's dive in. Okay, number 1, getting on the fucking naughty list. Copying somebody else's work or choreography, and especially copying it and not crediting them and just passing it off on your own. This is wild, but you would be surprised. And this happens to people by other dancers, but it also happens to people, by regular people that just don't understand what the etiquette is as far as like sharing their work or like copying their work and like crediting them or not crediting them. Like, one thing I think of is wedding dances, and I've seen this a few times. Recently, I saw this on TikTok, you guys. There was a wedding dance, and it was Galen Hook's River. Like, I think we all know the one. And it was like a group of, there had to have been dancers in this because like the way they copied it was bomb, and like, the average person can't like, do all that. So they was hitting it, but there was no credits. I could not find any credits. And I even was trying to find the original post. Like there was no crediting Galen Hooks. Like everybody in the comp, no one knew that this was Galen Hooks' work. And it just like hurt my soul because I remember when that choreography first came out, it was just such a vibe. And everyone was like so obsessed to like learn it and like the artistic intent behind it. And like the fact that there was no credit, I was just like, oh, my heart hurts, dude. The other few times I've seen like a wedding dance is with Bryn Nicole, and the thing is, like, she posted about this as well herself. Like, she made a post about people copying her work and not crediting her. And And people were like, this is tacky. And honestly, I agree with Bryn. Like, people, if they're going to copy your work, they should at least give you the credit. I don't think you calling them out is tacky at all. I think it's rightfully so, and it's just. And I think people gaslight creatives because, our work is to be shared, absolutely, but like, you should at least credit like the artist, you know what I mean? Because yes, most times we are going to share our work for free. We're going to put it out in the world. That's what art is meant to be. It's meant to be shared and experienced, but like, at least a credit would be nice. So like, I saw this, she made a whole post about it, and I was like, you know what, give Bryn her flowers, because Bryn works her ass off, and for her not to receive any credit. And I know it's just a wedding dance and they mean well. Usually when people are, doing somebody else's choreography or something, they mean well. I get it. But I think that's when you should know when to have a little bit of etiquette when it comes to this and like sharing other people's work. I mean, hello, when we write essays, we have to do a works cited, and I've written essays where the whole things are like mostly citations, like for school and stuff, you know what I mean? Like scientific, like when you're doing like, whatever. But you have to be able to credit the people properly. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to differentiate about this is just full on taking someone else's 8 count versus like being influenced, and like sprinkling in like movement that is iconic that people are familiar with. One thing I think about is like iconic movements from like Alvin Ailey, like Revelations. Like, everybody knows that dance. Everybody knows the iconic movements behind it with the arms. Everybody knows this one. So if you're going to reference something from that and you want to add in that to your movement, that's fine. But maybe reference or mention that you were influenced by Alvin Ailey or this particular piece. Straight up taking an 8 count though from somebody, which I've also seen, is, like I said, is wild. That is naughty list for sure. And I want to say, if you truly can't come up with your own movement, I challenge you to be a little bit more creative. Yes, we all are influenced by the same movements. I mean, you can only do a hair whip so many ways, sure. And I mean, does somebody have, a copyright on a hair whip? No. However, maybe try to be a little bit, nuanced, try to be a little bit more clever. If you feel the need, you have to completely copy someone's full vibe, full 8 count, full whatever. Just something to think about if you're teetering on this fine line. Yeah. All right. So number 2 naughty list: not getting enough protein and not fueling your body with nourishment that it needs. Listen, running on empty, running on vibes is so over. I know we all like to be like #hot mess, like it's so cute, but that era is out, babe. It's out. It's all about getting enough food for your body. You need to thrive, okay? And I know like there might be some like controversy around dancer bodies. More than likely, we are going to do an episode about this. And we're constantly under a microscope with just being maybe a certain size or look a certain way or fit into what's trending right now, or our bodies are just always on display. I get it. And I think growing up in certain environments could also influence how you are as an adult. I mean, I grew up in ballet culture. It was very toxic when it came to that kind of stuff, like having to look a certain way, having to be a certain size, and, dealing with body dysmorphia, dealing with disordered eating. And yes, it could carry into, for a lot of us, our adulthood. Absolutely. It's rough, man. It's rough. But we need to take charge, and we need to understand that our adult bodies need so much fuel and energy, and we cannot operate from that mindset anymore. It is not healthy, and it's not serving us, and it's not going to serve us in the future. It's only going to continue to break us down. Like, listen, like normal people do not dance like 7 hours like we do, okay? And a lot of dancers, they like go to the gym in the morning and then they dance like all evening, and our physical demands are just so much greater than the average person. So it just makes more sense that our protein needs, our nourishment demands are much greater than the average person. I think people do like what? It's an ounce of protein per pound of body weight. I don't know. There's controversy about that too. That's kind of what I aim for though. Every day I try to aim for like 130 grams of protein. It's just gonna, like I said, it's just gonna serve you better energy wise that you need to succeed in class. And if you're in a long rehearsal, or if you have a performance, if you have auditions, you need to give your body nutrition. Limiting the amounts that is going into your body is just not an option. If you want to be extra picky, I'm all for that. Like, I'm all for putting high quality food into your body. Like, I love the organics. I'm like lightweight crunchy going on here. Good quality protein if you want to do your research in that. But that shit is expensive. So if you can only afford like, what's available to you, that's fine too. But either way, getting enough protein, getting enough nourishment to keep your body going is so key. Because like I said, I know a lot of my friends, they go from, working 8 hours and they have like 30 minutes to switch gears and get to class. Babe, in those 30 minutes, I swear to God, you better be getting in some protein, getting in some water. Because did you drink water today? Let's not even talk about water. Go check. In fact, listening right now, where's your water bottle at? Are you drinking water? That's what I thought. Go take a sip. All right. So number 3, getting on the naughty list. Not cheering for others when they're reaching their goals, performing, teaching, doing a solo, whatever their major win may be. Okay, so talk about like bad karma. You need to learn how to be happy and clap for other people. I'm a firm believer that the universe gifts you what you put out into the world. So if you're over here being stingy with your support and just being a little hater, how's that going to translate when it's your time to win? Like, that just doesn't even make sense, okay? Also, you cannot win at everything. Look, I grew up in the era where not everybody got a trophy. I'm not saying anything about any generation. I'm just saying I grew up in the era where if you did a good job, you were rewarded for it. And if you just tried your best, like, that was a good try, and you try harder next time, that's totally fine. But I think when everybody is expected to win at everything that they ever try, it creates a lot of entitlement that we see nowadays, and it's just not the vibe, dude. It's not the vibe. You can't win at everything. Other people can do great stuff too. It's okay. It's humbling and it's necessary. You need to lose at things sometimes. And you need to watch other people achieve great things and draw inspiration from it. Or just be happy for them. Maybe just sit with it. Be okay with it. So clients I have in the past have expressed that they feel like when somebody else is winning, they're losing. When they see other people win, that's like a loss for them. And we've had this conversation multiple times. And actually, like, two things can exist at once. Like, somebody else can win and you can be like, fine. Like, it doesn't have to mean like they win, you lose. Not everything is so black and white. And black and white thinking will get us into a spiral like this. I think when you're very type A, like myself, I'm speaking from experience, that I've had these feelings in the past where if somebody else is ahead, then I must be behind. Girl, no, not everything is just this or that, black or white. Literally, if somebody else is winning, cool, that's great for them, okay? How are you focusing on your next win? Like, it's okay to cheer in the process of you focusing on your win. Cheering for other people takes literally nothing away from your greatness. In fact, maybe it's a lesson in humility. Number 4, getting on the naughty list. Naughty. Not having any rhythm. Oh man, my students know this one. I will call you out in class because, especially if we're in heels, I won't just like give you like a little step, and then head whip. I'm going to give you like a step and a bump and a step, bump. You guys know that joke from Reno 911? No, you guys don't. Maybe you do. If you do, please message me and let me know that you got it. Anyways, this one's funny as fuck because wouldn't you think that we like all naturally have rhythm because we're dancers? No. And it's totally okay, babe. What's not okay is not working on it. You need to find some rhythm. When my little sister Riley was like, she was like 5, 6 maybe, we were doing the Nutcracker all together. Like me and her used to take ballet together, okay, from the same teacher. And we were getting ready for the Nutcracker, and she was like the only like of the littles that could not catch a beat, catch a rhythm of the like little dance that they were doing. It was like the funniest thing because like our ballet teacher sent us home with the music. Well, everybody had the music. And we had to sit there with Riley and clap her hands, like clap together, try to find the rhythm. And it was like the funniest thing. But I remember her working so hard. My little baby sister was working so hard to catch a beat, dude. In the end, she got it, but it took practice. And that's what I'm saying. You need to work. If you know that you don't have no rhythm, girl, you better put on some Black Eyed Peas and just step touch. You better put on some fucking Britney and just kind of nod your head, something. You need to find a way to practice. And like I said, I see this so much. Advanced dancer can pick up choreo like nothing, okay? I'm talking like 28 counts, but ain't got no bounce, ain't got no pocket, no natural rhythm. When the freestyle happens, it's just vibes. There's no like pocket at all. Don't be exposing yourself in classes like this, because I swear to God, I can tell. Like I said, do yourself a favor. Remove yourself from the naughty list. Listen to some music at home. Practice finding that bounce. Practice finding that rhythm. It's a skill, just like others. No, we may not be born with it, but that does not mean you can't enhance it. And honestly, I'll be real with you. When I found myself coming back to dance when I was like 26, I was like so rusty dusty as hell, okay? And I remember just like being in classes and I was like, okay, I'm doing the movement, but it just feels weird. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel natural. And it wasn't until like I started listening to music at home and just vibing. And I'm not talking about freestyle, like turning on my camera and videotaping myself dancing, like none of that. I'm talking about just like at home, catching a vibe, dancing in the kitchen. You need to be comfortable with the movement, the rhythm, letting it guide you, slowing it down, speeding it up, finding the different rhythms within one song. Number 5, we've got not making a vision board or using any type of visualization to reach your dreams. Again, just going off vibes, no intention, no end goal in sight, just out here. What are you doing? You're just putting your hard-earned money and your precious mental energy in places that call your attention whenever they want. You're not being intentional with what is going on, what's going to take you closer to your goal. It takes real self-control to be intentional with your every single move, and that's where you need to operate from. But that's when you're going to really start to see things fall into place for you. And I know FOMO happens. Look, I'm fighting for my life with FOMO right now. There's just so many classes right now. There's so many like random pop-ups right now. And I'm like, hell yes, I want to take everything. But okay, it's the holiday season. Your bitch trying to buy presents for everybody. You know, my love language is gift buying. And also I have big plans of who I plan on training with next year, and their programs are not cheap. So I can't just go take class here and there. I have to be strategic with the style, and I have to be strategic with what I'm doing. With that being said, even before I had that goal of trying to be more intentional with my classes, I had a vision. I created a vision board. I created a vision list. I like doing that too, of like what I plan on reaching at my goals. Okay. I'm not just going off of vibes. I have a vision in my head of what I want my 2024 to look like. Don't let FOMO take you away from your goals. It's the worst. It really is. And everything is going to try to demand your money. It's going to try to demand your attention, your time, your mental energy, but you really have to zero in and lock in on what you want and not let everything take you out of your vision. Number 6, gatekeeping dance opportunities and auditions. I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, say if you know an opening for a studio for a teacher and you're like, I'm not going to tell anybody because I kind of want this for myself. That's fine. You can want it for yourself and still tell other people too. Maybe there's multiple positions open. Oh my God. Or maybe there's an audition, a juicy audition coming up and you're like, I'm not going to tell anybody because if they come, they're going to get it and I'm not going to get it. Okay, maybe there's you guys have 2 different looks. Like, why are you thinking that you're in the same competition pool as your friends? I don't like this one because, like I said, have some faith in yourself. Have some faith in yourself that you are going to shine in whatever room you walk into, and no matter if there's a person to your left that looks just like you or a person to your right that looks nothing like you, that maybe all 3 of you will get booked simply because of the energy that you put out. Like, stop trying to gatekeep opportunities because you're scared. That's the worst reason to gatekeep opportunities, honestly. If you want to gatekeep opportunities because you think it's a bad opportunity for you guys or something like that. But you gatekeeping opportunities, it's just like, you're operating out of fear. Like, have some faith in yourself. Like, and then share it with your friends. Maybe your friends would be a better fit, and that's okay. You're not, like, going back to earlier, like, you're not going to win at everything. You're not going to be chosen for everything, but you taking an opportunity away from somebody else does not make you closer to the opportunity itself. It doesn't make you closer to winning. It just makes you scary. Get out of that mindset. It's very operating out of scarcity. Ew, I don't like that one. Look and see which areas of your life you're operating out of scarcity, out of there's not enough for all of us, so I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to tell people about this teacher because then, I don't know, the teacher will like them more. I'm not going to tell people about this audition, this showcase, this whatever it may be, because I'm like, when you do that, you're putting out the energy that you are not going to naturally shine. You are not going to naturally just show up as your best self, and they're going to love you whoever you are for whatever you do. Don't be scared, bitch. Don't be scared. Get yourself off the naughty list. And this last one, I was literally like walking my dogs and I thought about this. I was like, oh my God, this is a good one. Don't get on the naughty list by not sharing another artist's work or another dancer's dance video. Just like, it's free. It's free to support your fellow artist. It literally is free. You can comment, you can share it on a story, you can tell a friend about them, like whatever it may be. It's literally free to support your people, y'all. You don't always have to purchase something from your people, or like, say your friend is does paintings and you don't really like her paintings or anything like that, but you can share her work on your story all the time. That's totally fine. Or if your friend comes out with a new concept video or something like that, you can repost it on your story. Like, it's really not that deep. Or go comment on it and tag the artist or hashtags, or just put some fire emojis, whatever it may be. Like, the energy that you put out in the world, I'm telling you, it comes back tenfold, and people can tell when you're being genuine. So if you are gatekeeping your love and your energy and your affection and your support, stop it. You're on the naughty list. Let's get yourself off the naughty list. In fact, this is your homework. Yep, this episode has homework. Go find an artist that you support, and I want you to repost them on your story. You don't even need to tell them why. You could just repost them. And actually, if you tag On Point, I will repost them too, because I love the engagement. I love supporting other local artists, and maybe I'll find somebody that I've never seen before or come across, or does paintings or sings or dances in a way that I've never seen or something. So go and share your people, go expose them to other people, and just go love on them. So yeah. Beautiful. So lots of things to keep you on the naughty list, and I don't want you there. And I know you don't want to be there either, girl or boy, whoever you are. Like, I just, let's look at this list and let's do none of it going into the next year. Okay, good. With that being said, get off of the naughty list and make sure you comment, you like, you subscribe, you share. It helps me get more exposure to new people. So that's awesome. And next week we'll have the nice list. So all the things that you can do. These are things you can do, Amy. Do you guys get any of my corny references? I'm on the internet way too much. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you guys later.